So this was a free event, and all I had to do was basically pay for parking, which I actually found a lot that was less than a 2-minute walk from the actual conference center. So I only paid, I think, $10 for the whole day, which is pretty much a steal downtown. Originally, I was looking at a lot that was attached to the conference center. It would have cost me about $24 there. So I will try to actually put the link in bio for that parking lot if anyone else wants to use it that comes to Seattle and goes to the convention center. So basically, once I parked, I made my way to the conference center and basically just followed prompted signs to Nintendo Live. I was kind of confused once I started making my way in if I was supposed to pick up a badge because everyone else had a Nintendo Live badge. But I had my ticket in an email. It's basically just a QR code they scan once you get into the event. Anyways, I started to make my way through the garage down to the entrance of where to get into the line for Nintendo Live. And then I went up an escalator and then into a big room. Probably stood in that first line for about 45 minutes. And then we got into a second room, another good 45 to an hour in that room. And then a final room, I was in there for another probably 45 minutes. So all in all, a little over 2.5 hours to get into the actual event. But I must say, the more I think about that and just say it out loud, that's impressive for a company to be able to pull off. Because you have PAX West going on too, that's just a full weekend of stuff going on in the same Civic Center. You have indie events going on, you name it. So the dedication and the loyalty of Nintendo fans is quite impressive. I mean, I was by myself and stood in the line that long with random people, which was really nice to be around like-minded people again and people just that enjoy the same hobbies as me. I had my Zelda shirt on, my Boo hat, so I was representing Nintendo. I wanted to get in by 11 o'clock, which I got in line about 10:30. Quickly realized I was not going to make it in there by 11. And that's actually when the Zelda Orchestra was going to start. And that was the first event I wanted to see. Pretty much the only thing I wanted to see event-wise throughout the day. Fortunately for us, while we were waiting in line, they did actually play the concert over the speakers. So that was kind of cool that we still got to listen to it while we wait in line. But I would have loved to see it live. That would have been quite special. I've seen videos on YouTube before. Once you get to the, I guess it would be considered the third line of getting access to the event, you actually get handed a swag bag, which I'm going to show you now. It's basically this Nintendo Live tote. And inside, they give you a bunch of different things, but as you can see, here's an ad for Universal Studios or Nintendo World. And here is an activity book. So if you have kids, this probably came in handy while you were waiting in line because touche to those parents had to keep those kids entertained. But anyways, it has crossword puzzles and just little things for the kids to do and people to do while you wait in line, I guess. And then you have basically an itinerary of the event, and it tells you, kind of maps out where different stuff is inside the convention center. So yeah, this little map just shows you the different areas you can go to and visit inside the convention center. And overall, they had a good amount of stuff to do. I was quite impressed with the production quality too. All the stuff you can take pictures with and you name it. I mean, they had live sets of like Animal Crossing set up or life-size figures of Link you could take pictures with, and they really do a lot for kids, I will say that. So it's a great place for friends and family to go as a whole. I think it would have been a little more fun if I had someone with me, but like I said, I won from basically drawing out of a hat and got selected to go to this thing. But let's get back to what we did once we got into the event. So since I couldn't get enough of standing in lines, once I got in the event, I went and stood in another line because as soon as I got in, I saw they had the pop-up shop, which I know These are going to be exclusive items. You can't get it anywhere else. People are going to mark them up on eBay afterwards, and that is already happening. I'm about to share with you the rest of the stuff that came into my bag and what I actually got from the pop-up shop, which took me another, I would say, 2 hours to get into. I was sitting there for about an hour and a half, and a guy that was working for Nintendo basically came outside and informed us that once we actually got through the line I was standing in and we were sitting on this, because it basically went outside and then we came back in. It was looping that much around. So basically you had one section that took about 45 minutes or an hour, and then we were sitting on the side of this little concrete ledge basically for the next two lines, I guess you could say, and then you get inside and another 45 from there. So he basically informed us it was going to be another hour and a half until we basically got into the pop-up shop, and he would come out at different times and inform us what has already sold out. Almost immediately, the item that I wanted to get sold out, I wanted the Clorox seed from Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. It was like a little plushie doll. I'll actually include some cell phone footage if it looks decent in here, because I took pictures of the pop-up shop, the little sheet of paper of the items they had. And like I said, you can probably still find some of this stuff on Amazon or eBay. I know they sold it exclusive on Nintendo.com, probably either before the event. It looks like most things are sold out now. But they had a good amount of stuff to choose from. Basically everything from Pikmin 4, Mario Kart, Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing, and that might have been it. Oh, and the Nintendo Live event itself. So they had merch for that as well. So let's get back to my little swag bag real quick before we go any further. So inside the event, and I'll tell you about this a little bit later, but I actually got to play Super Mario Wonder. So after I played Wonder, they gave me this Mario elephant keychain, which I don't know if you can see him well in the packaging, but that was pretty neat. That was kind of cool. And then we got these Nintendo Live pins. So that's kind of sweet. It's got the Cat Mario, Cappy, and Mario from Super Mario Sunshine. We got this basically gold coin. It says Nintendo Live 2023 Seattle. Running out of room on my desk to set this down. Here is the little wristband. I'm guessing maybe they were different colors for different days, because this is the Sunday one. Here's some more, kind of looks like fridge magnets from Super Mario Wonder. Heavily promoting this, which as they should, because that was basically the number one thing I wanted to check out or just kind of look at once I was in there. Some stickers. And then last but not least, I ended up picking up, it's a little dirty, but the long sleeve Zelda t-shirt. You can see the crest right there. And then it has the Tears of the Kingdom sleeve. And the official Nintendo tag down there at the bottom. People are already flipping these on eBay for $120, and I bought this for $34. They had some of the Pikmin stuff was really cool, but I've never really played any of those games, so I'm not just going to go out of my way to buy some merchandise that I don't really need. So I just picked up the one Zelda t-shirt, but overall I think waiting in line for the pop-up shop was worth it. And honestly, I spent more than half my time standing in lines at this event, but once you get inside, you're going to be standing in lines too to play all the games, to have your picture taken, to be on the Animal Crossing set or the set with Link, all that stuff, you're going to have to wait in line for that too. Or to play any of the games, watch any of the contests, you can basically just sit down and watch that. They also didn't have food. I wish they had food because I was not prepared. I ate breakfast before I went in there, but I didn't bring a backpack with me, which was a mistake. And on top of that, I didn't bring any snacks with me. But anyways, waiting in line for the pop-up shop I think was worth it. After that, I walked in, kind of took some videos. I'll try to put them in right here so you can see. Basically, they had like a giant Link statue that was pretty cool. The Animal Crossing like picture op location I've mentioned several times now. That was pretty interesting. Super Mario Wonder, they had like a whole back corner area dedicated to it. You could take pictures with Luigi, Mario, and then I got in line to go play Super Mario Wonder, which was absolutely incredible. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really get too excited about 2D Mario anymore. I mean, it's gotten kind of stale over the years. And I don't even own a Mario game outside of Mario Kart for my Switch currently, so I think I will be picking up Super Mario Wonder. Because when you get the Wonder Flower in this game, which is like the big selling point of it, everything gets so trippy and the whole level just changes drastically, and pipes are moving around and morphing and colors, and it's just wild. It's a unique little twist on a franchise that's been around for so long, so touche to Nintendo for trying something new, and I think it's going to work out. I played with a bunch of other random people, which was kind of a little awkward, but it was still fun. I had a good time, and the demo actually lets you play for like 15 minutes, so we got to play 2 or 3 different levels in there. I picked just standard Yoshi each time, and people kept jumping on my back, and like the elephants and stuff and riding me, or I was, taking them for a ride basically. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. Super Mario Wonder, I definitely recommend picking it up if you're considering it. All the hype is real. I'm so happy I got to play it. That was the main reason I really wanted to go, was either to see the new Switch or play the new Mario or some other kind of unreleased game. Overall, if you're a Nintendo fan, I think Nintendo Live is completely worth it. If you ever have an opportunity to go, make sure you register and get a ticket. It's definitely worth it. If you have kids, if you have friends, family, people you want to bring, it's definitely a great opportunity, and I highly recommend it. I think it was definitely worth it, even though there was long lines and you have to wait on a lot of things. I mean, if you go to the Nintendo World or Disneyland or any of these places, you're going to be standing in lines too. It's just part of it, comes with the territory. But it's an experience to look back on, and one that I'll always remember. Like I said, this was the first official Nintendo event I've been to. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I love Sega, I love PlayStation, Xbox, all these other things too, but Nintendo will always kind of hit home with me, and I think it resonates with a bunch of other people. So make sure you give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you went to Nintendo Live, or if you're planning on going to one soon. You're up and coming. I don't know if they have any more planned, but just let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for tuning in. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay blessed.